Hi, everybody, and welcome back to a brand new episode of this little show that I like to call Spill It. Spill It is a show where I get to speak to inspirational people and share some inspirational stories to connect people together, inspire others, and help people learn something new. Welcome to Friday's episode. That is right. It is episode 91. It's a little bit of tea with me. It's tea with Marcus time, unsigned and unplugged. Okay. For those who are just jumping in or haven't seen the Tea with Marcus episodes, these are just little snippets of episodes that we do a little bit of a deep dive on these topics that we discussed on our live shows on a Monday where I had my guests. And this week, obviously, is no different. We've got Tea with Marcus, Unsigned, Unplugged. On Monday, we had the amazing guests from Regional One, the rock band, the metal band, Regional One, who came on and talked about what it was like getting back to doing gigs and releasing music and doing the new album. They talked about so much stuff. It's so good to have them on the show, as always. Like, they were obviously returning guests. They came on and talked about all of that. And this week's episode of Tea with Marcus, we're going to do a little bit of a deep dive onto some of the topics that they discussed. So, yeah. When you get in here, but don't forget to like, rate, and subscribe. Just like the post, whether you're watching this on Facebook, you're listening to this on YouTube, or you are watching this on LinkedIn. Just drop a quick like. It helps the algorithm. I don't ask for much. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Just asking for a quick like. Obviously, if you are listening to this on the podcast or you listen to this on YouTube, don't forget as well you can rate and you can subscribe as well. And don't forget as well you can ask any. Oh God, I can't even speak. Don't forget as well you can ask any questions live whilst you are watching this live with me tonight. Okay, you can ask questions, leave comments. You can be part of the conversation as well. And if you're listening to this on playback or you are listening to this on the podcast, then don't forget you can drop me an email, marcus@spillit.uk, and I will be able to answer any of your questions straight away. Okay, simple as that. Or just slide into my DMs. You don't always have to drop me an email. You know, I get some great emails from you guys, some great icks, one of which I'm going to be reading out today. So thank you so much for your email. I was about to say your name, but you did say to leave you anonymous, so I'm going to leave you anonymous. So I'm going to be reading out somebody else's ick this week. She's going to be pretty cool as well. Evening, Marie. Thank you so much for joining. But yeah, it's going to be a little bit of an episode just talking about some stuff about with like I can't. I want to tell you. I really, really want to tell you, but it's not time to tell you yet. Okay, so we're going to do a bit of a deep dive onto what things we were talking about on Monday's episode. So yeah, don't forget to get the comments and questions in, and don't forget as well to hit the share button. All right, get people into this Spill It fold. Get some more teacup armies going on. Okay, now it is time for her. I'm going to say her. That's all I'm going to say. Her, for her ick, because it's not mine. I can live with this one, but it's somebody else's ick. So it's time for What's Your Ick?
Disgusting!
That's right. It is What's Your Ick time. Okay, so let's talk about something that came into my inbox. So I got an email and it just said, look, Marcus, I've got an ick. I really need to talk to you about it. I need to know your thoughts. Now, my thoughts were, I'm all right with this actually. I think it's because it's something that I potentially do. So yeah, let me know in the comments what your thoughts are about this particular ick. However, this did come through to my inbox, so I am going to discuss it, okay? And it's up to you guys with what you think about it. So I had an inbox from a certain somebody who told me that their ick is when you can see that they've got a little bit of a red bit on the side of the mouth because they were eating bolognese. That's it. So yeah, this specific person, she gets the ick from someone who has clearly eaten something like beans or bolognese or pasta or whatever, and they get like little bits of red here where obviously they've been eating. And that, when she sees that, it just gives her the ick. Now, as I say, I feel like I'm one of those people who would probably have a little bit of red. It's why I don't order stuff like that on like when we go out to eat anyway. But I don't know. I can't really see it being an ick. Like for me anyway, personally, I don't see it being an ick. But let me know what your thoughts are. If you've experienced something similar, then please let me know in the comments if this is an ick for you. Is this something that you think, actually no, I can understand that, or if it's something that you disagree with as well. Then just drop a comment and let me know. Okay. So yeah, that was an ick that I had to my inbox. Feel free to send me your icks, by the way. If you want to slide into my DMs or you want to send me an email with some of your icks, I will gladly read them out. We've only got a few episodes left. I would absolutely love to do a full section where I'm reading out absolutely loads of different icks that come through to my inbox, because there's quite a few, So if you want to be joining in with that one, and you know what, we might do an extended session on What's Your Ick on the final episode, on episode 100. Like, treat yourself. Send me an inbox or send me a DM with some of your icks. And what we'll do is on the 100th episode, we'll read out some of them. We'll discuss them live on air. Okay? We'll do that. So yeah, send me an email, drop me a DM, send me your icks. Disgusting! Okay, so we have discussed What's Your Ick. We have discussed the name of the episode. There is a reason why I keep talking about the name of the episode, Unsigned and Unplugged, by the way. So yeah, on Monday's episode, we had the amazing guests from band Regional One. They have done some phenomenal work out there, by the way. Their music is phenomenal. It's really up my street as well. I really enjoyed their the album name, song title, Sold. I can't remember. I probably worded that completely incorrectly, and I don't even care. But yeah, so their album is called Sold, and they've got a track on there called Sold, obviously. It's such a good track. Make sure that you give it a listen. Make sure that you share the love as well. If you think that, somebody that you might know might like that type of music or like them as a band, make sure that you give them a share out as well. Just let them know that, we're trying to build followings, essentially. That's what we're trying to do. We give people the spotlight. Now, talking about giving people the spotlight and why the episode name Unsigned and Unplugged is very important. So a few people have dropped me an inbox over on social media or spoken to me in person or dropped me an email and asked about the future of Spill It and where that's going and what's going to happen next. And the thing is, like, as I said, I was talking to the guys at Regional One offline in the green room, as I call it. We were talking about what the future of Spill It looks like anyway. And when I started editing season 2's episodes ready for the audio podcast, and when I was giving them a listen, it ended with and I'll see you all on season 3, and there's so many plans and blah, blah, blah. And I gave myself a break, and then that break turned into a few more months, and then a few more months turned into a few more months, and it got to a point where I was just like, oh, right, okay, I can't leave it there. I can't end the season or the series of Spill It on a note that's like, right, okay, and can't wait for season 3. So I scrambled together what I wanted to do, and it was really fun. It was really funny actually, because I came up with the concept of getting returning guests back and speaking to them and having it full circle, all that lot. And it was really weird actually, because on the a few days ago, I was on my Facebook memories and it came up saying something that I'd shared from Spill It, and it said, thinking about returning guests and who you would like, etc. And I was like, so yeah, I came up with this idea back in season 2 about having returning guests and everything. So it's great that it's gone full circle, essentially. Now, when I was booking all the guests and everything, I was more in the mindset of, Okay, this is great, and I enjoy Spill It, and I love the audience, and I love reaching out to the Spill It community and hearing all the words and the everything that you positive things that you guys say about it all and everything like that, and the Spill It family that we've created. I absolutely hello. There's Emmy Bell. Hello, dearie. I need to catch up with you, Emmy. By the way, speaking of returning guests, um. So yeah. So I was at a point where I was just thinking I needed to obviously have my break away from podcasting and from doing this. And then when I started doing season 3 again, I was like, right, okay. And it was more a case of trying to get back into that routine. And as I've been doing the episodes, I've been wanting to continue Spill It, or at least podcasting. And I've been really wanting to continue it, and I've missed it. And I've been like, oh my God, I can't believe it's going to coming to an end. And when I was speaking to Regional One in the green room on Monday, I'd said this. I said to them that I was actually gutted that I'd announced that Spill It was ending because I don't want it to end. And so there, like where that's developed now is that actually, though Spill It may be coming to an end, my world of podcasting isn't ending. And that's what I wanted to share with you guys this week. So Spill It may be coming into an end. Okay. I said to myself, let's get to episode 100. And the reason that I said to get to episode 100 was because when I first started Spill It, somebody said to me that not many podcasts reach 100 episodes, and you need to be mindful of that. And I said from that point, I was like, nah, Spill It's going to get to 100 episodes. No matter what, Spill It will get to 100 episodes. And so when I started season 3 and I saw that there were only like 20 something episodes to get through, and then I'd get to episode 100, I thought, well, that's where I'm going to get to. We're going to Spill It to 100 episodes, and the 100th episode will be the final one. That is obviously going to still happen, and Spill It will come to an end on episode 100. And we will have reached 100, and I'll be so happy about that. Now, this then moves us on to what the future of Spill It looks like. Spill It, as I say, will come to an end. However, what will be birthed, because this is my first podcast, and I've got so into it that I don't want it to end. I'm now creating a brand new podcast. This brand new podcast is going to be called, episode title, Unsigned and Unplugged. Reason being is because Spill It was a way to give people the spotlight that needed it. And it was a way to give people that chance to talk to the audience that they might not necessarily be able to reach, or to get their message out that they have wanted to get out there, essentially. And amongst those people are bands, singers, comedians, people who are in the world away from the mainstream media, who have tried so hard to kind of break into these fields, who have so much talent, it's unreal, but they get overshadowed by people who are within mainstream media, people who go to, like, say, X Factor or Britain's Got Talent, and they sign record deals and whatever, and then suddenly they're shot into the spotlight. And it leaves all of these people who are working so hard, it leaves them scrambling to try and get into that spotlight. So therefore, the future of me and podcasting is that I'm going to be launching a brand new podcast called Unsigned and Unplugged. It will be giving people the spotlight, like bands, singers, music artists, comedians, other artists out there who want the spotlight. And that's where I'm going with this now. So I'll be interviewing singers, I'll be interviewing bands, we'll be interviewing comedians and all of that lot. And what's going to come from there is we are going to be holding live shows as well. So essentially, you'll be able to buy a ticket I will rent out a venue and we will put on shows with bands who are unsigned artists. We will put on comedy shows full of comedians who are unsigned, who are unplugged, if you will. We'll be putting on shows where there'll be singers, a variety performance of singers and other acts who are unsigned, some great talents out there. But it all starts with the podcast, and it's all going to start with giving them the spotlight. And I'm just so happy to be able to share that with you all, because it is something that I'm very, very proud of. The logo is currently being designed as well. The tickets for the live shows are also being designed. The t-shirts and hoodies that will be available. So the merch line essentially will have the Unsigned and Unplugged logo on the front, and then on the back of it will have the people, the acts, essentially. So if you go to a live show, you'll be able to get a hoodie, and it'll have the artists on the back. So all of these unsigned artists on the back, quite like a gig top or a festival top and things like that. So it'll have like the Unsigned and Unplugged, and on the back it'll have the list of people who have been at that gig, for example. It's going to be a way to give people this spotlight. And that's what Spill It was all about. Spill It was amazing at... Oh, sorry, I'm just jumping into the comments. Look at the ferret. There's a big campaign right now to save the ferret. I bet they'd love the extra publicity that could come with your following. Yeah, 100%. It's definitely something that I'll look into. I do something little like that over at Let's Talk Music. So exciting to see more. That's what it is. It's giving people the spotlight that need it. It's giving people that opportunity to share their message and to share what they're all about. So yeah, so that's what the plan is. So yeah, I may not necessarily carry on with Spill It, but Spill It's legacy still continues. Spill It's legacy carries on. Spill It was all about giving people that spotlight and sharing a message and sharing those inspirational messages to those people out there who might need to hear it. And so everything that I've learned from Spill It and everything that has gone right with Spill It, I'm going to replicate, but for unsigned artists, for unsigned bands, for unsigned comedians, for unsigned artists out there, for unsigned talent who need this opportunity. It's something that I feel quite passionate about. It's something that I know would help. And when it comes to like the live shows and everything, it's something that's going to be brilliant to be able to have like a full-on gig with all of these different bands, all of these different artists up and down the country, wherever we're going to be going. That's what Unsigned and Unplugged is going to be about. So I'm happy to share with you guys, all of my teacups out there, the future of Spill It. As I say, Spill It may come to an end on episode 100, but the legacy of Spill It and everything that we've created here, just know that it's been worth it, because it's helped me realize there's so much more that we can do out there. And I'm going to use absolutely everything that I've learned from this to give those people, those unsigned artists, their spotlight, their time to shine. And also just being able to, like, the episodes that we've done where we talked about like theaters and talked about the fact that the arts, and it's hard to maneuver through like starting a band up and trying to get somewhere and all of that lot. It's hard. It's been hard, and it's been neglected. So I'm going to do what I can do from my side to really give them the spotlight and to give them their opportunity. And I'm hoping that you guys will also continue supporting this, continue supporting Spill It, continue supporting Unsigned and Unplugged, and everything else that I'm going to be doing out there as well. It's going to be absolutely phenomenal. The plans are in place. Things are being designed. Things are being drawn up. It's going to be absolutely great. Like, I can't stress it enough. It's going to be phenomenal. Okay. So, with that in mind, if you have got artists, if you know someone, bands, singers, They could play the triangle for all I care. If you know somebody who could benefit from this, who might be interested in just jumping on the podcast, they might not necessarily want to go to a live show and perform. And that's absolutely fine. But if you know somebody or someone or some group or band or singer or whatever, if you know someone that could go, do you know what? I could really benefit from this. Let me know. Drop me an email, drop me an inbox, and I will reach out to them and I will give them the spotlight. Living in Manchester has been a godsend for something like this because the amount of buskers that I see in Manchester who are phenomenally talented, really talented. There was a lad today outside the Arndale Centre in Manchester. He was amazing beyond words. And I approached him and I told him obviously about Unsigned and Unplugged, and he's going to be coming onto the show as well. And we're going to be discussing stuff. It's going to be brilliant. Okay. Things like that. That's what I'm grateful for, because being able to engage with these people in Manchester, it means that we'll be able to use this as a platform to connect people together and to grow. So yeah, if you know anybody, then let me know. And I will reach out to them and I will give them the opportunity to either come onto the show or perform live. That's what it's going to be all about. The other side to it as well is that there may be people who, like up and down the country, like buskers, for example, and it might be that we'll be able to interview people live. So I also have somebody in line who's going to be my field interviewer. Look at this. Look how much we've grown. We're going to have a field interviewer who's going to be able to go to different places around the UK or to certain places that I can't necessarily reach. And we're going to have field interviews live as well. It's brilliant. The plans are huge. And I wouldn't have been able to do any of this if it wasn't for you guys here in the Spill It community. So thank you so much. I'm going to start wrapping it up now. It was only supposed to be a little short live anyway. But yeah, I just wanted to say thank you for, again, absolutely everything that you do. It's amazing. Like the work that you do, the way that you've supported me throughout these years and continue supporting Spill It, and even just popping on and saying hi. It means so much. And yeah, as I say, I wanted to just share with you all what's going to be happening next with Spill It. So yeah, thank you for letting me share that. I'm going to start wrapping it up now before I start rambling, because that's what I do when, you know, I'm feeling passionate about something. I start rambling and I haven't got a guest to facilitate it. Okay, so let's get this wrapped up. Another episode of Tea with Marcus is done, which means that we now have our brand new episode coming live on Monday with dear friend of mine, Luke Slater. Luke's going to be on the show talking about wilderness therapy, which is brilliant, by the way. Let's just get that out straight off the bat. Episode, well, it's not 96, actually. But Luke is going to be coming onto the show to talk about wilderness therapy and his experience with coaching within wilderness therapy as well. Brilliant guy, by the way. Brilliant mindset. If you are looking at a different way to calm your mind, calm your anxiety, whatever it is that you need help with, make sure that you tune in on Monday's episode as well. Don't forget as well to follow me on all of my socials, especially don't forget to follow me on my socials if you know someone who can benefit from Unsigned and Unplugged, the brand new podcast from myself. Make sure that you follow me at @_Marcus W. You can find me anywhere that there is an @ symbol, so make sure you go ahead and do that. Or you can drop me an email, marcus@spillit.uk. And of course, once more time, thank you so much for absolutely everything that you do, for all of the support that you give, and of course for watching tonight's episode as well, and for listening and all of that lot. It genuinely does mean so much. We are getting ever closer to that episode 100, which means we are going to be getting ever closer to me bawling my eyes out and being so emotional that we're saying goodbye to Spill It. But it's never goodbye to you guys, because there are so many more plans in the future. So yeah, only one thing left to do. Until we spill it again, it's bye for now. Thank you for watching this week's episode of Spill It. You can catch Spill It live every week over on Facebook, YouTube, and now LinkedIn. You can also catch up with Spill It on the move on your preferred podcast streaming service. And don't forget to follow me on all my socials at @that_Marcus W. And for anything Spill It related, you can always get in touch with me by dropping me an email, marcus@spillit.uk.